Hi, Matthew and Gabriel. How are you?
Good,
Hello,
thank you.
Nora. Good, thanks.
Wonderful. So I'm curious for both of you, what did you like best about collaborating with each other on this film?
The toughest question of the night. No, I mean, Gabriel came on
Mm,
very early to the film and was so integral in just conceiving of how it would come together. And then when he showed up was just such a gentleman and such a great person to work with that, I mean, what more can I say? It was a joy to work together and a real, I mean, honor from my perspective, just to be on the other side of the camera day to day and watch, and the other actors as well, just people at the top of their game, doing, working in their craft. So in such a committed way was just, for me, a joy.
Jeez, I wish I could say the same thing. It was a nightmare. No, the relationship between myself and Matthew was the one that you hope with a director, where it's like um, it's like a good conductor, where he says, raise that bit and bring that down, and unless I see something that I feel needs tweaking, there's a tremendous freedom in being let off the rein. But I always felt with Matthew that, those elastic leads that dogs have, where the dog can go off and think that he's like not on the lead. And then he goes too far and the lead just gently pulls him back. In the best way, that was the form of direction. So you trust somebody like that. And most of the time, I would say 90% of the time, we didn't discuss very much at all. It was just like, off you go. And if I see something, I'll tell you. And that's a tremendously liberating thing. And I enjoyed every second of making this film.
So Matthew, you had said one of your favorite moments was looking over Galloway Bay with Gabriel. And so I'm curious for both of you, what were some of your favorite memories from making this film?
As I remember that morning on the cliffs in Galway, the wind was blowing in at about 90 miles an hour. We are a little worried about getting blown into the ocean. But, you know, the one moment that I really, really enjoyed, I mean, I enjoyed so many, but the first scene that Gabriel and Brian had, because in a lot of ways, the film's about a number of things, but this connection with the father and the son. And it's a scene where the room's quite dark and Gabriel walks in, and just watching it play through the first time and seeing that relationship, because we didn't rehearse particularly, and just seeing it spring to life out of nowhere from this sort of dry page that you had was, I mean, that's the complete joy of directing, is to see things spring to life in ways much better than you had ever imagined. And just to sort of have that privilege was a wonderful thing.
And a director who doesn't get in the way, no disrespect to other directors that I've worked with, but um, I remember once a director said in the middle of a scene, he said, "Can we cut there?" And I was like, what did I do?" And he said to the hair person, "His hair is too anguished." You don't want that kind of thing because, first of all, you don't know what he's talking about. And secondly, um, if a director is noticing your anguished hair, whatever that is, as opposed to what you're trying to do, that's an extreme example of a director getting in the way. Could you do it the next time? Could you just do it better? Or a director who says, "Fantastic, brilliant, that was really good, that was very good, that was good. Okay, move on." How do you go from fantastic to good in like one sentence? Which do you mean? Was it good or was it, yeah.
I was that director.
So for both of you, what have you been watching or reading or listening to lately that you've been really enjoying?
Well, I'm not reading anything because I'm so eagerly anticipating Gabriel's book. So I'm just waiting for that to show up. But God, I don't even know, to tell you the truth. I got two kids. I've been watching them run around the house and trying to keep them fed and clothed, to be honest.
Yeah.
Gabriel, you talk and I'll maybe think of something.
Well, you know, it's interesting. I found it since this thing started, the COVID thing. I found it hard to concentrate on reading, and I'm normally somebody who reads like nonstop. But it's a peculiar thing. Fiction has lost its power for me. Reading fiction, because I think reality is so much more present and relevant, and you know. So what I have been, I don't watch fiction films so much. I watch documentaries as much as, like, if I'm going to watch anything. I just finished watching the Dominique Strauss-Kahn documentary, which was absolutely fascinating, about a man who had the power to abuse women and act as if he had no responsibility for it whatsoever, because of his powerful position. Not 1,000 miles removed from the character that Samuel is. He's a more benign version of that. He's not as violent or as cruel, but he does believe that he has the right to take whatever he wants from anybody. A very selfish way of living. And yeah, so I watched that. And I don't, like, when people say to me, "Oh, you got to watch this. Oh, it's a real binge." I said, I don't want to watch them. Like, I don't want to watch The Crown, for example. I don't want to see a fictionalized version of what Princess Diana said to Prince Charles. I don't believe it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Totally.
What?
Totally.
Like, did she really say that to him? Is that what they're really like? Because I met the Queen and I met Prince Charles, and I wouldn't say they're like that at all.
One more fantasy. One more fantasy out there.
The Queen has an amazing set of teeth, for a start. That I can vouch for.
Yeah.
They're her own teeth, and they're spectacular.
I hope to see them one day. If I live, you know, if I can just have that one thing, I'll die a happy man. Well, I'll say I watched
Sir Matthew of Montreal.
Exactly.
All right, gentlemen.
I watched Adam McGoyan's new movie. It was very good. People should watch it.
I'll watch it. Leora, sorry we rambled on there.
Yeah.
A bit.
No, that was lovely. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. Thank you for your art.
Thank
Have
you.
a lovely day, gentlemen.
You
I
too.
really
Bye now.
appreciate it.
Thank you.